Happy Saturday morning, everybody. This is August the 1st of 2020, in case you're watching this on a replay. Today we're going to make a wreath, and if you like this video, please feel free to do this. And in the crafters world, we say sprinkle the love. So if you know anybody that would like it, please sprinkle the love to them. And what we have here is a wire round wreath form that we got at the Dollar Tree. It is 14 inches. Just going to cut the tag off. And the first thing you want to do is to create a hanger. So what we have is a Chanel stick or pipe cleaner. I'm just going to use green, but you can use whatever color that you want. And we're just going to fold it in half. And this is going to be our hanger, so we're going to put it here in between where this middle piece goes up and down. And we're making it big enough so that we could hang it on one of those Dollar Tree, let's cross it over, one of the Dollar Tree hangers that you put on your door. So I'm just going to wrap it around there. You see I crossed it over, and then I'm going to wrap it around here, and I'm just wrapping it 3 times, and then I'm going to wrap it 1 time on the next one down, and I'll show you this as soon as I get it done. So, just like this. That's the first thing you're going to do. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to start wrapping our ribbon. So, I'm using this ribbon here, and I have 2 of them, and you can see they look a little bit different. This one has the maroon in the center. This one has the orange in the center. It doesn't really matter, so I'm using some of each. It's going to take 2 rolls. And this is the ribbon from the Dollar Tree that's in the fall section. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start where we put our hanger. We're just going to take this to the back on this side, and we're gonna hold it down, and then we're just gonna start wrapping. Now you don't have to glue it down at this point. The only time you need to glue it down, I think, is when you and I think I have this backwards. Let me see. Nope, I think it's right. So we're just wrapping. And you want to overlap a little bit. So again, we're just wrapping, and then you want to make sure you're putting your ribbon container through as you do it, or else you're going to have a tangled mess. So we're just wrapping, we're not hot gluing or anything like that. Just holding it down and wrapping it, and then putting this through. Looks pretty good. So we're just going to continue, and we will probably be using this whole roll and part of the other roll. So you have your wreath form, that's $1. You have your ribbon, that's $1 each, so that's $3. Then you have your truck, your cutout truck, that's another $1, so that's $4. And then we have a different ribbon that we're going to make our bow out of, that's $5. And then we're going to use our stencil and a wood cutout tag. So that's less than $1 for those items. And then of course our chalk paste from Magnolia, and I did put the links in for the paste and the stencil in the description. So as you can see, we're almost done. And Lori Lyles, this is for you. So if you're not on here and you get on here later, make sure you go to the beginning so you can see how we start this. Okay, so we're at our end, and I'm just going to hot glue this end down. So I'm just hot gluing this piece right here. I need another piece of hot glue in my gun. Okay. So then we're going to start this one here. Now we're going to start it where this one ended. So we're going to hot glue it down. I'm just going to put a strip of glue along the edge of the one of the previous ribbon. So just like this. And then we're going to continue wrapping. And if you want, when you get your ribbon, you can match it up if you want to make sure. If you want the orange in the center, make sure you get two of them with the orange in the center. It didn't really matter to me. Or if you want to have the maroon in the center, then make sure you get two of them with that. Or you can mix it up like I did. Okay, so we're back here at the beginning, and I'm just going to cut this ribbon, and then I'm going to add some hot glue. So I'm just going to put the glue along the edge of the end of this ribbon, and you want to pull it tight, and then just hold it there, careful not to burn yourself. Okay, so we're finished with this ribbon here, so we're just going to set that aside. And this is what we have. So we have our wreath. Hi, Diane. Covered with our ribbon. So we have the 14-inch metal wreath form from the Dollar Tree and the ribbon from the Dollar Tree. So we're going to set that aside. And now we're going to work on our cutout truck. We also got this from the Dollar Tree. So we're going to paint this. Oh, the first thing we want to do is take off the hanger. Now we can use this later. So it has these ends on them, so you just push it through the hole. And then just tear your tag off and throw that away. But you can keep this for later if you want. So, I'm going to use our paints here. And I have this Anita's All-Purpose Acrylic Pumpkin Colored Paint. And I have some spots where I used it before. I'm just going to put it in there. And we're going to paint our pumpkins, and that's the pumpkins here on the truck. So I just have my little brush here, and I'm going to carefully paint my pumpkins on the truck. And then I'll paint the stem brown. So this is what we have so far. Hi Alice, how are you? Good morning. Actually, good afternoon here. Happy Saturday morning. I'm glad you all can spend it with me. Okay, so here's what we have so far. And just gonna let that dry. And I'll come back and paint the stems brown. So let me get a wipe out. And I thought I had, let me get my brown. I had some brown out here. I have this, but it's English mustard. Alright, here's some brown. So this is just some old apple barrel acrylic paint, and it just says it's a brown color. So I'm going to use it for, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do the truck first. Because if I do this, and this, and this, then it's a possibility I would get it on the truck. So let me just do the truck first. So for the truck, I'm going to use this Merlot Waverly chalk paint. I thought that would go good with, it looks a lot like this color right here in the ribbon. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint my truck. I'm going to try to keep it off the other pieces. However, if I don't, that's probably okay. We can fix it. And then we'll antique the truck up a little bit. So that's what we have so far. Now, if you wanted to, you could take these pieces off, and what you would do is use your heat gun on the highest setting, the hottest setting, and then you would take like a paint spatula or something and get up underneath there and get it off. I'm just going to paint around it. But you can do whichever way you want to do it. So how's everybody today? And I'm going to stay off this part right here because that's going to be the, what do they call it? The silver part anyway, whatever it is. Bumper, I guess. I don't have silver, but I'm going to use gray. They probably both show up the same. Bumper. Yeah, that's what Alice said. Bumper. Yes, thank you, Alice. I don't know why when I get on these lives, I can't think of my words. I know what these things are called. Really, I do. Okay, this is what we have so far, so I need to get in between here, a little bit up here, and then a little around here. So let's see if I can do this without making a mess. think if I get it on there a little bit, maybe the brown will cover it up. At least that's what I'm hoping. And I did, look at that, came loose, so I'm just going to pull that off. Let's see, this right here, just a little bit right there. Kind of along the top here. Probably making this worse than if I'd have just left that alone. Oh, geez. Anyway. Okay, so now we need to get around the upper part of the tire area. And we'll clean that up with the black. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Put a little bit more right here. Okay. And then I'm going to work on the brown. Oh yeah, I already put some in here. So we're going to do right here. Now I might have to put a couple coats of this on here. Simply because I got that the maroon Merlot on it. And then I want to get my stems. There's my little pumpkin stems. And then I'm going to get the fenders. Okay, here's what we have so far. I'm going to do the other one. Now, like I said, I was lucky enough to get these cutouts from the Dollar Tree. When they put their fall stuff out. We have like 6 Dollar Trees in our area, and it was in the second one that I went to, because I was determined to get me some, and I was going to go Dollar Tree hopping. So that's what we have. Let me put a second coat on this railing here. Make it a little bit darker. What do you think? Okay, now I'm going to use the black, and we're going to do the tires. So for the black, I have Anita's All-Purpose Acrylic Paint in the black. Got this at Hobby Lobby. And to me, paint is paint, and I just get whatever's cheaper. I'm not really particular about my paints. Okay, so I'm just going around and putting it on the tire. Now, I'm not real good with the paint, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. Okay, it's not, I say it's not too bad. What do you guys think? Not too bad? Let me get the other one. I'm just going around, kind of making a circle, and get a little bit more paint on there. But like I said, you can use your heat gun and pop those pieces off if you're afraid to get paint on them. So there we go, and all we need to do is, thank you Alice, is to put our gray on, which represents the silver for the bumpers and the hubcaps. But I did see a spot that I need to touch up for the Merlot. Let me do that real quick. Where did I see that? Oh yeah, right up in here. Okay. And then we're going to rust them up in a little bit. Okay, so for the gray, I have Anita's All-Purpose Rainy Day Gray. Now, I usually get Anita's because, first of all, they're 87 cents, I think it is. And then if you get them and use your coupon, if you only need one, it's like, I don't know, 60 cents. And a lot of times they have them for 30% off. If you do that, then I think they're only like 70 cents or whatever. So it's pretty much cheaper than all the other ones, the Deco Art and the other ones that you see at Hobby Lobby. The only problem is right now they don't have a whole lot of paint. So I don't know if there's a shortage or if they're just not restocking or what. I'm not sure. So right now I'm just painting the hubcaps. And this gray represents the silver. And then we'll probably go over it a couple times. See, I'm going to have to touch up with my Merlot again right in there. I think I should just leave the lid off of this. And get that part where I got the gray on there. Okay. How'd I get gray up there? I guess I'm a sloppy painter. of hard to get right in the corners there. Probably just make it a bigger mess than if I just left it alone. Okay, so this is what we have so far, and I'm going to dry that, and then we're going to antique it. And I think this is what I'm going to use, the English mustard folk art, to do that with. So let me dry this. Okay. I'm going to put this on the wood parts. So I'm just going to put it around the edges here. Just give it a little something. Kind of go over it a little bit. I don't know if I'm doing this right or not, but you know what? It's my truck, so I guess it don't matter. Just want to give it a little dimension. I'm just going to get the top part here a little bit. My sister and my mother are the painters. I'm not really a painter, but my sister can paint for sure, and my mom does some paintings, but I guess I didn't get that gene too much. Okay, so that's what we have, and now I am going to use, I think, some black for the truck, just to give it a little something. I hope this works. So I'm just going to go around these open areas and the bottom, around all the edges here. Do I really know what I'm doing? No, not really. Not really. But you never know. It might turn out okay. We can have fun with it anyway. Okay, just give me a little bit more black here. Go around these edges. I think I took too much off my brush. Let me do this again. And I'm just gonna go around too much. I don't really mean to get it there, but I can probably put some brown on top of that. Let me do that real quick. Oh well. Okay, what do you guys think? Is it looking old? Okay, now I want to take some white paint and I want to go around the rim a little bit. So this is just Anita's acrylic bright. It just says white. Okay, I definitely want to wipe my brush. Put a little bit more on there. I got a little carried away with it. What do you guys think? And then I'm going to work on the pumpkins a little bit. So I'm going to use some more of this English mustard, and I'm going to put it around the edges. Just getting a little bit on my brush, and I'm going to put it around the edges of my pumpkin. Here you go. I think we're done with our truck. So I'm going to put all the paints up. Don't forget to do this if you like this video. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to get our wreath, and we are going to put our truck on there. So we're going to hot glue it, and I was thinking, because I want to get a lot of the hot glue on there. Now, I did want to tell you too, if you're going to put this outside, you should probably coat this with a sealer. I'm not going to do it here on the live because I don't want to do it inside. It smells bad. And you want good ventilation. So I have my hot glue here, and I'm just going to put it along the bottom. And this is the higher temperature glue gun. My other one bit the dust yesterday, I think. So I'm just putting a bit of glue on there, and then I'm going to sit this to where I think is the center. So this is what we have, and then we're going to make a bow. So what I have to make a bow with is this here. I thought it was fitting because it's the red truck with the pumpkins. So what is Alice saying? Share, pound share. Thank you, Alice. Thank you. So we're probably going to use the whole roll or close to it of this ribbon, and it was ribbon that I got at the Dollar Tree along with the other ribbon. So what we're going to do is I'm going to leave a tail, probably about this much right here, and then I'm just going to make a loop. Now hopefully this turns out. I practiced before I did the live, so I'm hoping this will work. So then you just make another loop, you take it to the back, and you want them about the same size. And then you want to scrunch it, and then this is pretty much the same on either side. You can see it, so we don't need to twist it. But you're going to make another loop, and you want them all basically the same size. And then you're just squeezing them and holding them in the back. So you're just squeezing it together. And I'm making a loop in the back, the same as the previous loop, same size, and then I'm taking it forward. Well, I mean taking it forward. Then I'm doing it to the other side. So I'm just going to keep doing that. Now, if it wasn't the same on either side as far as the ribbon goes, I mean, it's a little bit lighter on this side, so if you wanted to keep it this side, then you would twist your ribbon as you go to the other side. So you want to end it on the opposite side of where you started it. So I started it on this side, so I want to end it on this side. So I just have it like this, and I have another pipe cleaner or Chanel stick. I'm going to wrap it around, and then I want to get it as tight as I can. Now, if you guys aren't understanding what I'm doing here, I'm sorry. You might want to Google this and get it from somebody else. Now, I'm just going to, because I really want this here to be on this side. Well, let me see if it's going to look okay. Yeah, I just want to put this over here. So I'm going to go ahead and do my Chanel stick over it to hold it in place, because I want it on the other side. So obviously somehow I messed that up, but you can always fix it. So this is what we have, and then you just want to straighten it out. I'm going to fluff it, fluff your bow. And I don't know if I got one more on one side than I do the other, but you know what, I'm not going to worry about it. It's okay. But that's pretty cool there. You can see the trucks. So I'm going to dovetail this. And dovetail the other side. this is what I have. It's not too bad. I'm not real good at bow making, so I think it turned out pretty good. What do you guys think? So we're not going to use the Chanel stick to put it on the wreath. I'm just going to hot glue it. So I'm just wrapping it around itself, and then I'm going to cut it off. Let me get my other scissors. I don't want to ruin my good scissors. Y'all know what good scissors are, yeah, for your material. Don't use good scissors. These are my good scissors. Okay, so I'm going to put that right there in the center where the hanger is. Right there. So I'm going to use my hot glue. I'm going to put a good bit of glue there, and then I'm just going to hold this. And then I have this big button. I don't know where it came from, but I have this big green button I'm going to put in the center. Oh, thank you for the hearts, Alice. You're a top fan. Yay. Okay, so I'm just going to put my button right like that. And then we're going to make a tag for this. Okay, I'm just going to hold this for a couple seconds. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And now I have one of these tags, and it's just a wooden tag. I think these came from Dollar General, if I recall correctly. So I think I'm going to do that in the, well, I was going to use my orange chalk paste. So I think actually I'm going to use this English mustard on it. And we're going to paint all the sides. And the edges. The front and back and the edges. So I just have this brush here, and I got it from the Dollar Tree. It comes in a set of two. The other one is a real teeny tiny brush. And that's good if you need to fix some issues with your stenciling. So it does come in handy. I don't use it very often, but it does come in handy. So like I said, I'm just going around the edges and painting the whole thing. Okay, here you go. Got all the edges and everything. Now I'm going to dry and hope I don't burn myself. Getting a little hot. See, I need to touch it up a little bit. Kind of get in this, in the hole. It's not quite covered. Okay. Let's dry that, and then we'll stencil on it. And you're probably probably wondering, what does hello summer have to do with fall? Well, we're going to use the hello part. We're not going to use the summer part. And these come in, it's in an 8 by 11 section of Magnolia Design Co. And it's the Hello Summer stencil, and I did put a link to it in there. I also put a link in the description for the chalk paste. Now, I didn't see pumpkin in there, but they do have 2 other oranges, or orangey looking paste, chalk paste. Okay, so I'm not going to have to fuzz this because I've used it several times. So it fits perfectly on my tag. And like I said, I'm going to use my pumpkin chalk paste. This is what it looks like, and I'm going to spray some distilled water in it before I put the lid on. Oh, here it is. So I just got a good amount on there, and I'm just doing the hello. Not going to do anything else, just hello. I thought that would be appropriate for the front door. So I'm just putting the excess back into my jar. Now when you're done stenciling, you want to clean your stencil. I'm going to put about 3 or 4 squirts of distilled water in here. It was looking a little dry, so then you just put the lid on and set it aside for the next time. Okay, so I don't have my kitchen sink at the ready. Okay, you can't see it a whole lot, but I think it's good. Now we could have used black or white, probably would have shown up a little bit better, but I kind of like it this way. So I'm just going to put this in a little thing of water that I have, and so it doesn't dry out and get in my stenciling portion. And then when I get done, I will wash it off, and they have a stencil cleaner, which is a sponge that you can use when you're running water on your stencil, and you want to use your sprayer, and the chalk paste comes off really well. So what we're going to do is take the twine, and this is just some that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I want to go ahead and dry my chalk paste just so I don't mess it up. Now, if you wanted to, you could have also put something right here on the truck. You could have stenciled something there. Or we could put this on there. You know, I was just going to hang it down, but I don't know. I kind of like that. What do you guys think? Should I put it here, or should I have it as a tag hanging down? What do you guys think? On the truck or hanging down? I'll wait a few seconds for you all to let me know, because I'm not really sure at this point. So hanging down as a tag or on the truck? Alice says as a tag. I think so, Alice. I'll have to put it on this side. Thank you, Alice. Okay. So we're just going to cut a piece of the jute. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm putting it through the front side of my tag. And then once I get the loop through, then I'm going to put the ends through my loop, and there I have my tag. Now I'm going to, let me see if I need to, let me see, should I put it in here? I will put it in there, and then I'll tie a knot. Just tying a knot in there. Let's see. I did a loose knot just so I would see. Okay, I like that. Like that. So I'm going to make my knot tighter, and then I'm just going to cut off the ends. Now, if you wanted to, you could just hot glue it a little bit there on your wreath. And maybe that's what I'll do, just to keep it in place. Just a dab. Just right there, just to keep it in place. Now again, if you don't have an overhang on your front door and you're worried about the wood pieces, I would spray them a couple of times with spray adhesive, a spray sealer. Now I did get mine from, I don't even know where it is, but I got it from Walmart. So you just want to spray it on your truck and on your tag, and I would do it before you put it on your wreath, and once the first coat is dry, then put a second coat on. And that's if you're going to hang it outside. You don't want your wood to get all nasty if the weather's bad. But if it's in an area that's not going to get harsh weather, then maybe you don't need to do that. But here's our completed wreath. What do you guys think? Love that. Very unique. Thank you, Alice. Thank you so much for your participation. I greatly appreciate it, and thank you for sharing. And then our green button here goes well with our green hanger. Let me see. Can you see that? So it just coordinates with it a little bit. Yeah, I'm liking it. It's not bad. But now, instead of using ribbon, you can use burlap. I also have, I had gotten, they call them jelly rolls, and it's a quilting term. So I had gotten this material as a jelly roll from Walmart, and I thought this one here would be good. So you can make a brown one. So they have these fall colors. This one has turkey on it and pumpkins. So if you didn't want to use ribbon, you could use this. You could even use this for the bow if you wanted to. There's just lots of different things that you can do with it to make it unique and in the colors and the fashion that you like. So I will take a picture of this. I'll put it on Liz's craft page. And if you guys make a wreath, please put a picture of it on Liz's craft page. I would love to see it. I know everybody has different ideas about their home decor, and it would be great to see what you all come up with. So I will decide what kind of craft I'm going to do tomorrow at noon, and once I do that, I will post a picture of the supplies or part of the supplies or something to let you all know. But until then, keep crafting. Bye.